Are you ready?
Right, Carl, as president of WA pistol shooting, big operation, large state, lots of really great competition happening over here.
Yeah, there has been. Yeah, like you said, it's a massive state. You know, from Esperance all the way up to Broome, and all clubs are participating in regional and opens throughout the year, which is fantastic for our sport, of course. So last year, Broome hosted the Action State titles. I was fortunate enough to head up there and participate in my first action competition, so that was fantastic. But yeah, it being such a massive state, it's a huge task to try and get around to visit every club. Unfortunately, it's not possible with every circumstance, but we try and get out there. We've got a huge number of volunteers that do get around. We got a couple of gentlemen in particular, Wally Gibb and Brian Harvey, who've been undertaking some range inspections, and they've been able to go and visit all those clubs and see where they're at, what they're doing, and how WAPA as an association can help those clubs.
And a big celebration coming up for Kalgoorlie, 60th anniversary.
Kalgoorlie, another one of our older clubs. This weekend they're celebrating their 60th anniversary. Fantastic achievement for such a small community. Many opens have been passed, and they've done a lot of range improvements of late. So we're hoping to be able to get them back onto our calendar and start going out to Kalgoorlie and including them in our opens throughout the years.
Pistol Australia road trip continues. We've been to the Whiteman Park Shooting Complex. We've just been to Coburn Fremantle Pistol Club, saw Linda Jekyll, did a couple of interviews with Carl Freer, and we're now heading to Kalgoorlie for the 60th anniversary. On the road.
Welcome everybody. On behalf of the Kalgoorlie Boulder Pistol Club, I'm the president. For those of you who are not familiar with me, these are our new facilities, and I welcome everybody and the community to take advantage of what we have achieved throughout the years. My wife Michelle has been our right hand in all of this, and we've had a nucleus of about a half a dozen people, and you all know who you are. Mad Mick over here, George, a young fella, Dylan Hughes, who is over on the Gold Coast and has never ever been a member of this club, and yet the amount of work he put in next door here was absolutely staggering. Yeah, so I have an enormous amount of people to thank, and I wish to pass on from the club just how fantastic everybody and the community have been. Like, it all came together. This is our 60th anniversary. The whole club was started back in 1961. Inside there's a book, and in the book are the signatures of the people who had the first registered shoot here at this club in 1961. I think it was the 25th of June. So that's pretty phenomenal, we found that. And yeah, as our 60th anniversary, culminating with that, we have actually got to the point where Range 1 has finished its final inspections and ballistic tests and everything, and everybody is happy with exactly what we've achieved. Other than that, welcome to the Kalgoorlie Boulder Pistol Club, each and every one of you. Actually cut the ribbon and open up Range 1. I will ask one of the wonderful visitors here today to assist me with this, because Range 1 is being dedicated to one of our wonderful members from the past who's no longer with us, but we want to dedicate Range 1 to him, and I'm going to ask Christine to unveil that dedication to him. So I will cut the ribbon and Christine will unveil the plaque that we have in honour of a champion. I now open Range 1. This is dedicated to the memory of an absolute champion.
Dave Hartsham.
I'd just like to say thank you to Bob, Michelle, the whole club for doing this. I really, truly appreciate it from old and new. And I'm lost for freaking words now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey.
In 2008, because the council had changed the dynamics of the airport for bringing jets in, it extended the airport right back past the back of the range. And the police then came in and closed it down and required a zero template. You drop your eye level down to the shooting point, and you're not allowed to be able to see any sky anywhere. So that basically closed down all of our outdoor ranges. And we only had the air pistols up then. And so we struggled, and basically we didn't know enough about funding and stuff like that. So another gentleman and I, Jeff Watson and I, we both had businesses of our own at the time. So we built Range 2 ourselves, and we built it actually 3 times before they would approve it. So what happens is in 2017, over here we get the approval from the police to shoot on this range that we've opened. So that was fantastic. So we've organised everybody, and the very first Sunday that we came down, we opened up the front door, and that's what we saw. And this was day one to shoot. Like, this was our very first opportunity to shoot since 2008. Like 9 years we've been waiting.
Did they find the people?
No, of course they didn't.
Just wonder if they're anti-gun or if
that's what we worked into. But the most amazing thing was that obviously the news and everybody come down, they took photos of the devastation in here. I mean, they'd smashed up even, like the club's been here since 1961. And there's been a lot of very successful and very good shooters in that time, and championship shooters, you know. And so a lot of our trophies and that got smashed up on the floor, and it was pretty devastating. But I think the thing that stands out most from it was that the following weekend we'd called on everybody to arms to have a massive clean-up. And seriously, it felt like half of Kalgoorlie turned up here.
Community.
People who had no interest whatsoever in pistol club or anything else, you know, they just turned up here, and we just got it all done. And it was just phenomenal. It was the response from the town was incredible. And as a result of that, I was led down the path, and I ended up with the CEO of the council. And John Walker. And John then led me down the path of getting a grant from the council and from Sport and Rec. And that is what has got us to where we are today. We got insurance for inside the building here. They did in excess of about $70,000 worth of damage. As an end result of that, we have now got a real showpiece. Now we've got something that we can showcase to everybody. And we spent an enormous amount of time building Range 2 and working on Range 1 and that. And it wasn't till around about September, November last year that we said, right, let's open it up to the public now and get people in who are interested in shooting. Mate, I can show you the books, and we're getting 20 plus people every Sunday.
Fantastic.
New people. These are new people who've never shot before.
So every club in Australia would be happy to get that.
And then on top of that, one of our golden rivets in it is now we have a club that we can approach, that we've approached the police with.
Yeah.
Now we've got the police doing their training down here.
Okay.
And, so
that's good.
That's added a whole new dimension to it.
Yeah.
Now it's their club, so they look after it for it. And sure, you see the physical end result. What people don't see are the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of organising all of this, organising the material, or just organising that the grant through Sport and Rec.
Yeah.
Oh man, if it wasn't for people like Erin at our local branches, the woman is just absolutely God sent, mate.
Yeah.
I used to just go in there and tear my hair out. I got a background of an interstate truck driver and a plant mechanic, ex-army, so academically and administratively, right, I was a little bit behind the eight ball, but they just helped us through. And then all the people at the council, everybody's just been marvellous, They've been really fantastic. The community help has been fabulous, like from the council itself. And we all hate politicians. We've all got bad stories about politicians and what have you. And then you get thrown in the deep end with something like this, and you come up against somebody like John, and Mr. Walker was absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
The way he walked us through everything and helped us. He's actually here today. I'm looking at him right now. And so I really want to take that man around and showcase what he helped us achieve, We're very fortunate in that our club here is affiliated with WAPA, West Australian Pistol Association, and of course they're in constant contact with us. And there's some absolutely fabulous people down there that will let me know anytime there's anything new, we know about it straight away.
And so you're here today representing the Minister of Sport, opening here of this fantastic new facility for the Boulder and Kalgoorlie Pistol Club.
Yeah, we're down here celebrating 60 years, massive celebration here in Kalgoorlie, Boulder, but more importantly, celebrating the opening of their new facility. A lot of hard work's gone into it from members of the club to members of the community, and I think this facility shows just how good that work's been.
And it's a great part of the community as well. It really brings people together. They're getting a lot of new members, and obviously on the opening speeches there, they really appreciate the support from the state government.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where Kalgoorlie Boulder, it's what can you do out here? You can do a lot of things. We've got the pistol club, we've got the clay target shooting, we've got rifle clubs, we've got motorsports, but these guys have now, with their new facilities, picked up a whole new market. Talking to one of the boys earlier, they're talking about mining companies are jumping on board and bringing out social clubs, which is just phenomenal to think that there's groups of 40 to 50 people coming out and supporting a club that's only going to allow them to do better things for their membership. The state government's very proud to put in $45,000 into this project through the CSRRF funding, but that was match funded with the council, and it's great to see the council also support what is a great local sport.
I've been a member since about 1966. The club formed in 1961, but obviously there's not a lot of the old original members left, but there's still a few in town. One in particular is Fred Neve. We're hoping that he'll be here later tonight. Some of the other members here tonight go back to about the 70s, the late 70s and 80s.
You've got that fantastic book in there with the 24 names of the first people that ever shot competition here in 1961.
That's
in
right.
June 1961.
Well, the person that started the club was a guy called Don Endy. Now, in the 60s, I was going to high school and I was also in Air Cadets. Our flight commander at Air Cadets was Don Endy. He was the first president of the Pistol Club, and he was also the local flying doctor pilot. So he was quite a busy man. Some of the other names in the book there from the very first shoot, people like Wally Fraser. He had a hardware store in Boulder. Some of the old members were here this morning, Eric and Mark Donkin. They go back to some of the original members.
And really joyous occasion here, 60th anniversary. There's been so much work put into the range over the last few years. It was closed for a while. We saw some pictures. We'll be showing those of the devastation of the buildings and everything before they came back in 2018 and to where it is today. And you've got a world-class 50-metre range out there.
No, a lot of work has been put in by, the usual story. You've got 6 or 8 stalwarts that do everything, but Bob and Michelle as president and secretary, they put in a hell of a lot of their own personal time and money to build range number 1 up again. I mean, when I joined the club in the 60s, we used to shoot on that range. That was our 50-metre range, but of course it looks a lot different today with the rebuild. Obviously we couldn't have done it without the grant from both the City of Kalgoorlie Boulder and the Sport and Recreation, Department of Sport and Recreation. With the money we got from them, that's all the materials out there. All the club members put in their time, and the grant bodies allowed us $25 an hour for unskilled labour and about $50 an hour for people like Paul, the vice president, who's a welder and a boiler maker and that. So anybody that was doing anything skilled out there, they got an allowance for the amount of time they put in, and the rest of us that were just lugging things and providing general labour, we got an allowance of 25. So that way it wasn't all spent on materials. We got some credit for the amount of time and labour that people put in.
Skilled labour. So Terry, club captain now, you're looking forward to running some nice competitive shoots. You've got a lot of new members have been turning up and wanting to be part of it.
We have got a lot of new members. Every weekend lately we're getting about 20 people that turn up to shoot for the first time. We're also getting a lot of interest in corporate shoots. About 2 months ago we had KCGM down. They're the local company that have got the big super pit. You might have seen a couple of our members knocking around tonight have got KCGM gear on. We had a corporate shoot for them, and they brought down about 20 people. On the 19th of this month, we're holding a corporate shoot for ED Downer, a local engineering firm, and they've asked to bring 45 people down.
Fantastic.
Which is 2 or 3 details. We can't handle them all at once.
Okay, we're in the airshed with Michelle Munro, who's the secretary here at the Kalgoorlie Boulder Pistol Club, celebrating the 60th anniversary. A lot of pressure has been on you guys in the last 6 to 8 months to get it all done.
Yes.
Must be very satisfied now.
It is. It's a relief. It really is a relief. Yesterday afternoon, while we were finishing off last-minute bits and pieces, when we finished, it was like a weight was just lifted off. That it's done. You know, the last 2 years of dedication by our members, putting in an incredible amount of effort while they're still working, and to come down and put in their time, and my own as well, has been an incredible achievement by us all.
Yeah, a lot of the inside of the clubhouse here, which we've got footage of, has been done up by yourself, and then you've had a really dedicated working crew outside, rebuilding the range out there, the 50-metre range, doing stuff in the car park, getting a social area outside. I think you were instrumental in getting a socialising area just outside the window, the wall here.
Definitely, because it was just a patch of red dirt, our social area, and it had to have something. We were thinking of having artificial grass there that put in some colour, some green, but the logistics in doing that was just too much. So we thought, well, we've got extra concrete blocks and we've got extra sleepers. Why don't we just make a big seating area, and mainly so people didn't drive up in that area to park, and put a whole heap of gravel there, It's neat, it's tidy. If it rains or it's dry, it doesn't matter. And it's neat. It's there forever now. So it's a lot better than what it was.
So tell us how yourself and Bob got involved with the club.
When we first moved to Kalgoorlie, it's been almost 15 years now, and Bob had always been involved with rifle shooting on the East Coast, going out hunting and things, and wanted to get involved with shooting again, but shooting rifles over here, you need permission from landowners, and you go out and shoot the feral camels and different things. And I'm not sure how he actually heard about this club and shooting pistols. And he thought, I'll be good at that, I've shot rifles for many years. And he learned very quickly that it's totally different shooting a pistol to a rifle. And with him coming down, I thought, well, I'll come have a look to see what's happening. And I had a go. And I thought, I don't mind this. It's not a physical thing, because I'm not really into physical sports. I was when I was a lot younger, but being 50 odd, it's sort of now I just like the more relaxed sort of sport. And then we went down to Perth for him to look at a pistol to purchase, and we were looking at a Smith & Wesson 22, and it was nice and light, something that's easy for me to handle. Because of my small frame, I don't like the higher calibers, there's too much recoil in there. And bought that Smith & Wesson 22, brought it back, and Bob had it on his licence. And then I thought, well, I really liked the atmosphere of the club. It was a very family-orientated thing. Everyone was very friendly and welcoming.
You get to enjoy the fruits of your labour after many years of hard work rebuilding the ranges here, and yourself and your husband and a great team of people who have contributed. Yes. You all get to enjoy it now.
We do. We really do. It's sort of with all the work, and I suppose sometimes it's been a bit daunting because there's been more to do and more to do. But now we're at the point where range 1 is completed, our 50-yard range. It's been assessed and approved. Now we can just take a deep breath, relax and enjoy what we've done, because it is a huge achievement for all of the members that have been involved, completing a mammoth task, because besides the concrete being poured, the members have done everything, absolutely everything. So it's hats off to all of us that have contributed to it.
And you've got to welcome here tonight some older members from back in the early 60s when the club started in 61. I think there might be one gentleman coming from 61, but there's some gentlemen here who were members in 64, 65, 66 and onwards. And they're all here reliving those memories and reconnecting with their great mates. It's fantastic.
It really is. And when we first started planning the 60th anniversary, it was how do we reach those people? Because the younger generation are on social media, but a lot of the older generation aren't. And we placed an ad in the Kalgoorlie Miner, and the Kalgoorlie Miner did a story last weekend about the Pistol Club itself and where we've come from and what we've achieved and our celebration tonight. And I think it's, not sure of the right word, but the fact that we've finished our work in the year where 60 years ago it all began. And to think that 60 years is a long time for a club to be in the same premises and still operating. Where I think, if not the oldest, one of the oldest pistol clubs in Western Australia. And that's a great achievement for the club itself, but for us members who have been very resilient in keeping, looking forward to what we wanted to achieve and achieving it and completing it. And yeah, it's fantastic. I'm very relieved and happy tonight to see so many people turn up, and this morning for the opening of the range. It was lovely to see so many people turn up to help us celebrate a milestone.
Well, cheers to 60 years for Kalgoorlie Boulder Pistol Club.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, Mick, you're here at the 60th anniversary of the Kalgoorlie Boulder Pistol Club. Now, you got involved a couple of years ago, and you've only just become a member, but you sort of heard the call to arms from the community to come out and help rebuild the club, and you got involved, and you've been one of the mainstay workers for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I have. It is true. I've only been a member, paid up member, for 6 or 7 months. Still haven't got a gun yet or a private pistol to shoot with, but they're coming. But for the last 2.5 years, myself and a core group of people from this club have donated their time after work, weekends, busy bees, and for me, tonight is the end of 2.5 years' work with all the vision that you've seen today, earlier on. That's been 2.5 years for me. So in general, I came down here for 2.5 years because I enjoyed the building and the camaraderie with these club members who have now become virtually family for me. And I find this is my happy place down here. I come here, I walk in the door, and I feel relaxed. All the work that we've done, we've had a hand in doing everything here, and it's good therapy too. Good people. We do have a beer after we shoot, and we've all become great mates. And looking at the things that we've achieved here in the last 2.5 years is unbelievable.
Ceremonial goodbye to old bits of the club. We just had the big bonfire lit, and that's getting rid of all the waste and the timbers that couldn't be reused in the club.
Correct.
So it's a little bit of a ceremonial goodbye to the old bits, welcome into the new bits.
Exactly, and that's what out there. In the future, we're going to be extending the range another 10 bays, so we can not shoot 20 people at once, but 20 people can shoot at once. And obviously an archery range on the end there. We're just growing exponentially. I think when I first joined, we were down to like 6, well, I didn't join, I was here doing work. I think we were down to 6 or 7 active members. We're now today up to 29. And having people come back, visitors come back week in, week out to shoot on Sundays, and we're really proud of that. The club's now financial. We're in so much of a better space today with all the hard work of the members and our sponsors and people who've donated time, equipment, paint, machinery. It's amazing what the people have done for this club, and I'm really proud. I'm really proud. I'm a proud member now. We'd like to encourage all clubs that see this through Pistol Australia. Kalgoorlie is welcome to you. Please come and visit us, and in the future we'll be organising country shoots and meat shoots. So check us out on Facebook. We have a page. Get in contact with us, even if it's just verbal until everything starts going. But everybody is most welcome here. We try and build ourselves as a family club. Somebody said today, an older member said, never seen so many kids run around today here than in the last 10 years. And that's how we like. Kids are welcome, mothers, fathers, teenagers are welcome. We do it under supervision. We're really proud that we're not just about the sport, but we're a family and a group. And I think we've got the nucleus here of something really special. The new range we built, the one that was open today, all of that is brand new. There's no second-hand pieces in that. And that should mean that for another 100 years, the people of Kalgoorlie and Boulder and whoever comes and visits us, it will be here for them to use and appreciate, and geez, it looks bloody good. That's what I'm going to say.
I would personally like to thank Pistol Australia from coming from the East Coast to be here for our 60th anniversary. It is very, very appreciated for you to help us celebrate our achievement. So thank you.